$50,000. $50,000 is what the good folks over at KC 1400 and Jackson State football, or athletics rather, was able to raise in 2 weeks. Grassroots donating. This is impressive. Let's talk about it after the bumper and what it means for the JSU football program after the break. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYjr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload all the time. Now, the KC 1400, Ken, Zoe, Miss Rochelle, TD, all those guys, they did a fundraiser. They did a fundraiser for Jackson State Athletics. Well, I'm assuming most of it's going to football. But they were able to raise $50,000 in 2 weeks. $50,000 in 2 weeks. This was their first big initiative for the JSU Athletics. Now, they've been taking donations throughout the entire duration of the creation of the channel, of the KC 1400 channel. And Ken went on there to say that they've raised in 6 months of the channel $100,000 total, but $50,000 over the last 2 weeks. Now, why is this significant? Now, I've done things on here. We talk about funding or the lack of funding for athletics programs, for HBCUs in general, state funding being, millions and millions of dollars being owed to these different universities, right? So that's not to take away that still needs to be paid up, whether it's to Jackson State or to anybody across the country. But one thing that a lot of people love to say, this is a narrative that goes out there across the interwebs, is that HBCU alums don't donate. They don't give back to their program. So that's why their football programs don't look the way that they should. That's why their facilities and their both athletics facilities and the facilities for the university itself don't look the way they should, because only so much percentage of HBCU alums or HBCU grads or whatever donate to their school. And so the good folks over at KC 1400 decided, hey, we'll take that into our own hands. We get hundreds of people watching us each and every single day. We get thousands of views each and every single week. Why don't we put together our own fundraising and raise, and they set a goal of $50K for 2 weeks, and they were able to hit it. One, congratulations to those guys. Congratulations to you guys. It's going to benefit your school. It's going to benefit your athletics programs. It's going to benefit the coaches and the teams and the players and everything that they have going on over there tremendously by getting $50,000. That goes a long way in athletics. And second, what you did also is that you gave a template. The rest of the SWAC should take this same model. There's no way that you should just allow Jackson State to be the only school to be able to raise that type of funds. Southern has alums. FAMU has alums. Alabama State, Alabama A&M. You know what I mean? Prairie View, Texas Southern, Bethune, UAPB. You all have alumni. And not just in the SWAC. MEAC, North Carolina Central, Morgan State, Howard, Hampton. You all have alumni bases all across this country. We all have this thing called the internet, social media, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Wherever you can reach. And not just alums, you have supporters. You have people that didn't even go to your school, go to your university, play a down of football for your school or your team or whatever, that would be willing to pitch in $5, $10. The one thing that Ken and those guys were able to do was to prove that, hey, we are directly tied into the school, meaning, or the athletics programs. What do I mean? Well, on their in their goal, their quest to raise the $50K, they had TC Taylor come on. They had Coach O come on. They had the strength coach, Coach Beef, come on. And to show, like, hey, yeah, this is for us. This is going to benefit us. A big part of why some folks don't donate to certain organizations or certain people is because they're kind of weary about where the money's going. There's this stigma being put out there by whoever. I'm not blaming anyone, but we know who some of it came from. The stigma that HBCUs are stealing money. There's the stigma that HBCUs mismanage their money. There's the stigma that blah, 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 whatever. And sometimes people like, man, I don't know. People are over janky with the money. Well, what Ken, Zoe, Miss Rochelle, and the rest of them were able to do was show, like, here's TC. He's telling you that the money's going to them. Here's Coach O. Here's Coach B. Here's the players in the chat. Jensen, Jason Brown, etc. Jency, rather. And that matters. That gives you a stamp of validity. That shows the significance. And then, I mean, most of the people, they know that it's going to the football team or going to athletics. They don't even know what the money's going towards. And once they see what the money's going towards, it will then motivate them more because, oh, my little $10 here, my little $20 here, my little $5 a month or whatever, help them get a new scoreboard or help them get a new weight room or help them get a new whatever. Damn, what can another $10, $20 here do? What'll happen if that 50 turns into 100? What happens if that 100 turns into 200? What happens if that 200 turns into $500,000? What if that $500,000 turns into $1 million? You get what I'm saying? Like the possibilities are endless at that point. The possibilities are endless. I know we talk a lot of JSU on this channel, but they just set a new standard. There's no excuse for your university not to be able to do the same thing. There's no excuse for your alumni base to not to be able to do the same thing. There's no excuse for your support system, for the people that come out and fill those stadiums, those 5, 10, 20,000, 30,000 seat stadiums, to not contribute $5, $10, $20 to help you raise $50,000 or to help you raise $100,000. What they was able to do in 6 months, $50,000 in 2 weeks. That's all grassroots. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, but that is also a new template. There's no excuses anymore. There's no excuses. They don't have Deion Sanders over there anymore, and they still were able to raise $50,000 in 2 weeks. So that means the rest of the conference should take notice and be like, we need to step our game up. We need to step our game. We need to be able to do something better. If we feel like we're a better school, a better university, a better athletics program, better football program, whatever, then we should be able to do that. We have just as many, if not more, alumni than them. We have just as many, if not more, supporters than them. Then we should be able to do the same thing. But that is what makes that oh so much impressive, makes that much more impressive because one, they did it. And two, they're still continue to go up. And three, it should inspire there's 11 other SWAC schools. There's 8 other MEAC schools. There's schools in the CIAA, the SIAC, et cetera, et cetera. There's HBCUs across this country with athletics programs and with rabid support systems and with alumni that want to help and with supporters that want to help. You should look at this as a model. You should look at this as inspiration to do more because this is awesome what they were able to do. $50,000 in 2 weeks. All off social media, grassroots campaigning, grassroots fundraising. That's pretty impressive, dog. All off social media, all off YouTube lives. That is awesome. Salute to those guys, man. And everybody else should take notice and do something similar because you can help. This is going to help their football team. Like, this is going to help them get a new weight room or new scoreboard or new jerseys or something in some form or fashion. It's going to help their team, and therefore it's going to help them on the field. And if you want to be able to beat them, you need to be able to do something similar, if not better. And just to prove that you can, because they've proven that they can make this happen. 50,000 in 2 weeks, man. We can't sneeze at that and act like that's not a big deal. This is not Walmart coming dropping 50,000. This is not Amazon coming dropping 100,000. This is through the grassroots. This is through the supporters, the alumni, the lovers of the football team, of the athletics program, all off YouTube lives, all off social media campaigning and fundraising. That's awesome. That is awesome. Shout out to those guys at the KC 1400 group and friends. Can't say enough about that, man. You cannot say enough about that. And you cannot understate how big that is going to be for their athletics program, how big that is going to be for their football program. You can't understate how big $100,000 in 6 months is. You cannot understate what $50,000 in 2 weeks is. Can't understate that. That's awesome. Shout out to them. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Jackson State alumni, supporters, and fans raised $50,000 for the athletics program, for the football program in 2 freaking weeks. Pretty dope. My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe before you get out of here. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.